How are you, my younger brothers? I'm your elder brother, Kiran Roy. Today, I'm going to bring for you a hard-hitting subject. What are female simps and why you should avoid them? Because I'm divulging in all directions, on all aspects. I'm covering each and every aspect so that you get a clear picture about all types of women, all types of girls that you might encounter in your life. I'm trying to make you equipped so that you are fully equipped. You are a warrior. I'm trying to make boys into men, men into warriors, basically. So I'm equipping you with the complete armory so that whenever, as and when required, you can use it. So that is my agenda. That is what I'm trying to do with my videos. So whoever are my followers, I genuinely appreciate you, and I genuinely appreciate you guys commenting such beautiful comments I receive from you guys. I cannot thank you enough. I really love reading your comments, though my managers looks after my comments and everything, but I always I appreciate your comments. I love reading your words. In fact, just yesterday, I read one comment in which one parent had written that my son is a big fan of yours. Your content is awesome. Genuinely grateful to you, sir, because generally I only receive the comments of youngsters, but it's for the first time I have received a comment of a father saying so. So on record, I genuinely thank you. I'm really grateful to you for such words, such beautiful words. So what I would like to say now is, parents, if you guys are listening, if you are watching my videos, though I know because go through the statistics, so I can see that youngsters comprise the bulk of my subscribers. But I do have a few people who are in my age group or even elder to me. So I would like to say that always give support to these youngsters because nobody could understand them. In fact, that's the reason why I'm here at the first place. That's the reason, because I saw that they lack a proper father figure. They lack a proper male masculine figure in their lives. There is a huge void. So I want you guys to be that person. I want you guys to be that Superman because they gave you the chance at the first place. Since you guys could not live up to their expectations, they are looking out for other avenues like me and other people. But I would suggest you be that person. Try to be more understanding. Try to think. You don't have to be a psychology expert like me. All that you have to do is be their friend. Once you are their friend, automatically they will start confiding in you. Automatically you will come to know about their problems. How did I know about everything? In my academy, I'm teaching guitar since the past 26 years. All are youngsters. Every day, people, I treat them as my friends. They call me dude, bro. All are 20, all are like 20, 25 years younger to me. Still, they like put their hands on my shoulders. Hey, dude, how, bro? How are you? Nobody calls me a sir, nothing. Of course, they call me a sir, but I personally insist that, hey, call me by my name. We are friends. We are bros. We are not, I'm not a sir. You're not a student. We are like friends. So throughout my life, I've kept a friendly relationship with all of everybody knows, whoever are my viewers, my subscribers, even they treat me like a brother, like an elder brother, a friendly elder brother rather. So that is what I am, and that is exactly the demeanor I want you guys to portray to your sons, to your youngsters, nephews, whoever it may be. So that was my message to you guys. So now, taking forward my video about the female simps. Firstly, we have to know what is a female simp first. So female simp is nothing but same as a male simp, for that matter. She will always pedestalize that man. She will always run behind that man. She will have no say. She will have no self-respect. She will destroy her own self-respect. She will destroy her own needs to accommodate that guy. So basically, they are the same male version in a female form, but they have two or three additional things. That is, they are expert manipulators. These female sims, from I've done in-depth study, from that I have seen that they possess even more manipulation tactics than an average. See, every woman, they have manipulation skills as a part of their evolution process. It has been ingrained in them. Like how puppies, they can swim even if you put them in the water. Golden retriever I had, I had gone to a river and he was small. He was a puppy, little bit big puppy. but he dived into the water. I thought gone. I was getting ready to dive to get him out, but I saw like he was swimming as if like he was like he had taken training, but he was born with it. So same way, these ladies, all ladies in the world, they are born with manipulation tactics. Why you will say, how you will say, that's a part of their evolution process for survival purposes. That's what nature has bestowed upon them for their survival needs. Because see, they don't have that strength, the physical strength. They don't have testosterone, so they don't have muscles, huge muscles like us to protect themselves. But nature has given some or the other power to each and every living being. Those what do you call them, who has the porcupine, they have these arrows. Crocodiles have those jaws, tigers have those claws. Everybody has something given by nature. That's all a part of their survival process. So manipulation comes under that same thing. Poison, snakes have poison. Every animal, bees have that sting. Look at any animal, look at any insect. Everybody, nature has bestowed every animal with some or the other strength. Deers, they are so weak, but still they have horns, right? So every animal, just look at any piece of nature, like any creation of nature, rather. Just check out any creation of nature. Everybody has something or the other by default, which is given by nature. Look at tortoise. They are the slowest animal. They are the softest animal from inside, if you see, but they have such a hard shell. So every animal or every reptile, every insect, we come under animal bracket. Every animal has been bestowed upon by nature with something, some special skill. So this manipulation is what nature has given women. That is as a part of their survival thing. You can consider it as that poison which snakes have, claws which lions have. So they have the manipulation tactics to wriggle free of bad scenarios. It was given to them for their safety. It was given to them to wade their way through a tricky situation. But now times have changed. During our mother's time, during that time also, they used to apply that, but that was far fewer in number. But now you will see each and every woman are exercising and misusing that manipulation skills, that manipulation tactics, which nature had given them as a gift. That was only intended to wade them through problem, to wade them through a tricky situation. But now, even if the situation is not tricky or harmful or unsafe, they still use it just like that, because they have endless supply of that. Because every boon which nature gives, those can be used only twice or thrice. But this is one boon which they can use unlimited. They have an endless supply, unless you know how to catch them. And once you've caught them, that will cease to apply. And that is what I'm trying to do with all of you, by making you aware of their manipulation tactics. So my videos will keep on coming, in which I will keep you one step ahead of their manipulation tactics. But in this particular case which we are talking about, these women have this thing even more than a regular girl, is what I'm trying to explain you. Every woman has these manipulation tactics, but these female simps, their manipulation tactics are like out of the world. I have studied many such. In fact, I've personally been in a relationship with quite a few female simps, and my goodness, they were so annoying. They were the most cringeworthy girls I've ever been with. But yes, from my personal experience, I can say all of them possessed even more manipulation tactics than the rest of the women. 100%. So, in a nutshell, if you ask me what is a female simp, introduction, definition which I'm giving is, they are exactly the same like a male simp, just that a male simp doesn't have any manipulation tactics, but these female simps have even more manipulation tactics up their armory than a normal girl. 100%. Now I'll give you some of the common traits of these female simps so that you get a clear picture. First is, they will constantly agree with whatever the guy may be saying. As I said, I was dating one such girl. Whatever I would say, whatever, she would always say yes. She hated drinking, apparently. She told me while we were, before meeting, when we spoke on the phone, she made it clear that she hates drinking. But she was not aware that I was a hardcore drinker that time. But when I told her that I want to go drinking, she was like, hey, no problem. Though she hated it, she would personally come with me. She would even she would always insist on making my drinks. I was like, hey, let the waiter do the job. She was like, no, no, I like to make the drink of the guy whom I like, whom I love, like that. I was like, hey, this is just our first meeting or second meeting. And you're saying I want to make the drink of the guy I love. What is that? So, what I've seen in a nutshell, basically, what I'm trying to say is they will always say yes to whatever you like, in spite of her not liking it, because she had made it clear that she doesn't like drinking, or she made it clear that she cannot stand people who drink or people who are drinking. She's sitting next to me, she's preparing my own drinks. So, what is that? Typical case of a female simp. So, whatever you say, they will keep on agreeing with you, whether they personally agree with that or not. Even if they personally don't feel, suppose I am an atheist, I don't believe in God, she believed in God. Whenever I would say anything which was as per my thoughts, which was not as per her point of view, she would still agree with me. She should at least see, everybody has a right to have their own faith, own beliefs. Like, I'm an atheist, she's religious, she has, I will always respect her belief, always, irrespective of how much ever far-fetched, or like, I can never believe in those, but I will always respect her right to hold a belief. Correct? You guys may be religious. Till date, did I ever say anything wrong about your religion? Because I respect your right to hold your religion. I respect your beliefs. Definitely, I respect. So same thing applies to her. But in that case also, she would always say yes to my thoughts, to my belief. Like, that was just like, she would always seek validation, and she would always agree with whatever I'm saying, even if she would not believe in that. So this is one common trait which I have seen. They will always say yes to whatever you say, even if they don't believe in it, or even if they don't go by that. Next thing which I have seen, they will spend endless amount of money just to win your approval. If you just ask her, this never happened to me, but I have studied many such girls. They are the ones who gets cheated of their money. You see lots of newspaper scams happening, right? These female simps are so simp monetarily that they don't think twice before giving her entire money to that guy. This, in newspapers I've seen, like, many scamsters, they take benefit of such women. They befriend them through matrimony sites from Tinder and all. Then they ask for a favor, that I'm stuck somewhere. They don't think twice, they immediately give the money. So these female simps, they are never clever with their money. They cannot safeguard their money or their jewelry or anything. They are the ones who will, like, blindly give their money, their everything. They can even, like, give their property papers to that guy. They are such blind people. They are like such brainless when it comes to their simping, that they can even give their money, their property, everything to that guy. So they are very bad when it comes to their money. They can give their everything to you. Typical sim behavior, which I don't approve of. One should never be like that. My next trait is a very common trait. They are super clingy and overly available. How many of you have dated such kind of girls? They will constantly be with you, constantly call you. I'm laughing because I was dating one such girl. So she was from Rajasthan, Jaipur, and I had gone to USA. So I had gone to USA for a concert actually. I had performed in Hollywood, so it was during that time only, I think. But I was in USA, I remember. So while coming, I mean, today was my flight from USA, and I was supposed to reach Jaipur directly. I was not coming to Mumbai. I was directly, no, I landed in Mumbai, and next day morning itself, I was supposed to take a flight to Jaipur. That was the case. So when I got into the flight from USA, from San Francisco. It was from San Francisco to China. No, San Francisco. It was this thing, Lufthansa. So San Francisco to Germany, and Germany. What's the capital of Germany? Man, I forgot. From Germany to Mumbai, it was. And next day morning, it was just a 3-4 hours. I was supposed to come home to drop my luggage and again go back to Jaipur, because my home is just roughly like 15 minutes from the airport. So that's why I had planned it that I'll come home, drop my luggage, take a small carry bag, and straight away go to meet her and stay with her for 7 8 days. So what I did was, I mean, I got into the flight. What she did now, constantly she was calling my brother in USA. She had my brother's number. Constantly she was calling my mother because my mom and father were also there in USA only. So she was constantly calling them and she was saying, I'm feeling very scared. Nothing will happen to Kiran, no, nothing will happen to him, no. Man, when I reached Mumbai, my brother called me and sent me her notes because he recorded these calls, and he was like, what is this girl, what is this kind of a girl that you're dating, man? Constantly for the entire duration of your flight she was calling us and harassing us. Actually, she was constantly crying and saying nothing will happen to him, no. They are super clingy because constantly she was available on the phone with me. Even when I meet her, she was constantly clingy. But when I was in USA and when I was like unavailable for that duration of that flight, she could not sit still. She did not have patience. She must have called my brother, my mother, and my father around 40 50 times and only saying one thing: nothing will happen to him, no. He will definitely reach home, no, safely. He will definitely meet me, no, tomorrow. My goodness, super clingy behavior. It did not last for more than that point after that. I went to Jaipur. It's another story. I did go to Jaipur, but the way I ran, it is epic. I mean, you guys, I'll explain that in some other video. It's a hilarious story. I have such hilarious stories in my life that you guys will go mad listening to such stories. So this is just one example which I'm giving of these simp girls, that they are super clingy. Even if you don't answer their calls, they will call your parents, your brothers, your friends, and they will say what happened. They are super clingy. My goodness. Next point is they lose their identity in a relationship. So whenever they are in a relationship, they will always place themselves second. She will always be the one to do the chasing. She will always be the one to plead. She will beg. She will seek. She will cry. She will stoop very low without thinking of her image, without thinking of her self respect. They are the ones who are constantly seeking validation from her man. Her entire existence depends on that validation of her man. I've personally been with such women, so I can tell you that it's like a torture being with such women. I'll tell you the outcome, why you should not be with them. Everything I'll cover in this video only. But my goodness, though none of these relationships of mine lasted more than 2 or 3 months, but trust me, those 2 3 months were like hell for me, because you can never ever be in peace with such women. I mean, why women? Even if you are with a guy who has zero self-respect, who is constantly whose entire life revolves around your validation, whose entire life revolves around what you do, like as if even if you wake up and if even if you don't wish them good morning, if they don't hear your voice, they get a heart attack. So this kind of behavior can like suck out the life out of you. That was the worst phase, but I still had to be with them for one reason, and the reason is right in front of you. They were my research subjects basically. So to get into their mind, I had to be with them for some time. But even in spite of that, I had to wriggle free and run for my life from them because it was such a torture that I just could not stay. Even in spite of me wanting to research more, I was forced to break free. So now the hidden danger. This is a very important and dangerous point which you should pay more attention than normal. These ladies, these kind of girls, they are always putting all their efforts, all their energies in that relationship, which I told you. Their entire happiness, their entire life revolves around their man. No two ways about it. But that is not the problem. The danger starts now. When they see that their efforts are not being reciprocated, their feelings, their emotions are not being reciprocated, that is when they start manipulating. As I said at the beginning of my video, they are the ones who possess even more deadly manipulation skills than the rest. They are like scorpions. Their manipulation tactics are like next level. As I said in my last point, I I was in relationship with such people to know their manipulation tactics, to decipher their thinking, which I did. And only once I did, I wriggled free. But otherwise, I would have got out of that relationship like way, way long back. But I was forced to be with them just to know how their manipulation tricks work, how their thinking work. And I did crack their code. And let me tell you, it was like the worst experience for me because their manipulation tactics are like next level. Nobody can take that. It took me lots of time to research them and to incubate them because their tactics are not like the regular tactics which I mentioned. I'll be mentioning them in my courses, in my Be Charismatic courses. I'm going to mention that. I cannot bring that out because these are advanced stuff. These are advanced emotional tactics which they use, which I cannot bring out in my free videos. I will definitely address them in the form of a course because I cannot explain them in just one video like I'm doing in this case. Those things requires proper research. I mean, I have already done the research, but I need to explain my research. So that will be coming in the form of in my Be Charismatic course in the form of series of instructional videos. I will explain their tactics. But let me tell you, their tactics are next level. I've been with lots of girls to study their tactics. And the tactics of these simp women was unlike what I had ever seen with the other girls, what they do, because I have definitely cracked their code of all of them. But I have cracked their code also, the simp ladies also. But even I had to concede that my goodness, you guys are like next level. Like it took a guy with 26. That time I was not 26 years experience, but still I was like 18, 19 years experience I had that time. So even I had to concede that my goodness, you are next level. I salute your manipulation trick because when I deciphered everything and when I got the conclusion, my goodness, the way their brain works, I had only dread. I only had fear that may God protect their future husbands or their future boyfriends. My goodness. Because I was happy that I'm just wriggling free. I was just using them as a subject, nothing more. But someday or the other, someday they will get married, right? So I truly feel bad for their husbands. Truly. So basically when what I mean to say with this point is if you are not reciprocating what they want, see, in case of a male simp, even if you don't reciprocate, they are fine because they don't have any self-respect. They, and plus by nature they are not bestowed with that manipulation tactics which ladies are. But in this case of that lady, they will get back with such vengeance and manipulation, only manipulation. They won't shout at you, they won't hurl abuses at you, they won't do that. But their manipulation tricks are even more deadlier than those verbal abuse, I would say. Much more dangerous than even the physical fights. Much more bite that has. That's why I made a reference of scorpions. Now my next segment is why high value men should avoid these female simps. First point is because they are emotionally unstable and they will drain you of your energy. No two ways about it. One common factor which I personally experienced with all of these girls is that they are so emotionally unstable that they will leach out the energy out of you. You will feel drained out after just 2 hours of, even after just spending 2 hours with them, in spite of they being like the most gorgeous, most beautiful looking girl you might have ever seen. But just 2 hours with them and you will feel drained out because they suck out the energy out of you. That's exactly what I had personally witnessed and experienced in my own case. Next, they create dependency instead of mutual growth. What does a relationship mean? What is a relationship supposed to do? That both of you grow together, right? Both of you should have a life of your own. Both of you should have things to do of your own. Both of you should grow together. But in this case, only one thing happens. That is pure dependency. Dependency on you. Her dependency on you. That's it. And only that can never be a good thing, as you can very well fathom. Next point is you end up being their emotional oxygen, which completely kills the attraction. A relationship works on attraction, male, female, attraction. You get the connection. Every relationship on earth, it thrives on attraction. Once that attraction is gone, once that interest is gone, everything is gone. So in this case, since you are their you are their oxygen. See, nobody wants to be pedestalized, nobody wants to be the oxygen of that person. Everybody should have a life of their own. I should have my life, you should, my partner should have her own life. A healthy relationship can only thrive if both the parties have a life of their own. But in this scenario, when you are her oxygen, 24/7 she's clinged onto you, she's clingy, she's needy, and she considers you as her happiness, you as her oxygen, then that attraction, see, everybody likes something which they can't have, everybody wants something which they have to work for. In this case, they are 24/7 available for you. That instantly kills the attraction if you are her constant oxygen. Doesn't work this way. Relationships does not work this way. So this is one of the biggest reason why a high value man should stay away from such women. My next point is they blur the line between loyalty and obsession. Every male worth their salt wants a loyal girlfriend or a loyal wife, a loyal partner basically. No problem up till here. Even I want, even you want, everybody wants a loyal partner. But when that loyalty turns into obsession, that will seem as if somebody is choking you and not loving you. When somebody smothers you with affection, that is not what you or me would ideally want. Would you? We want love, all right, but we don't want to be smothered by their love. We don't want somebody strangling our neck with their love. We don't want somebody smothering our face by a pillow, which they call as love, because that is nothing but obsession. Nobody wants to be a part of their obsession. Not me, at least. I can never thrive if somebody considers me as her obsession. If somebody considers me as her love, everything, it's fine. But if I'm her obsession, if she's obsessed with me, the way I smoke, because that time, whenever, however I used to smoke, she would like it. Whatever I used to do, she would like it. I don't like constant praises. I want sometimes if she says, "Hey, your hair is not looking good, your biceps are not looking good, your t-shirt is not looking good." I would like it if somebody says something bad about me so that I can work on it, right? But if somebody considers me as her obsession, whatever I do, she likes. I feel smothered, basically. I feel suffocated. So now for a very important segment, signs that you are actually dealing with a female simp, because as I told you, the dangers, everything. So now what are the signs? Suppose if you are actually dealing with one, what should be the signs? So pay close attention. First point is they will try to buy your love. Buy in inverted commas. They will try to buy your love with gifts, with money, with their their unhindered attention, I would say. Lots of attention they will give you. So these are their tactics to buy your love. So suppose if you're not reciprocating her love, these are her tactics that she will try to buy your love by showering you with expensive gifts. I had this, the girl which I talked about. I uh, I have always driven cars throughout my life. Ever since I was 13 years old, my father had given me. Father had not given me. I used to drive my father's car only. It was my father's only, but it was given to me, so I used to drive that. I never, I never rode a bike in my entire life. Though I can. My best friend is a biker. He's a rider, so he goes for these long expeditions. So I did accompany him. So I know basics of riding a bike. So one day we were going somewhere in my car. So there was this guy who just came next to me. I don't want to name the brand or anything. One good bike stopped next to me. So I just said, "What a bike, man! Awesome bike it is." Next day, she was like a very big model. She was rich. Next day, that same bike she bought, and it was kept as a gift in my parking lot. And she had written a note for my beloved whatever, and she then texted me, how did you find my gift? I was like, my goodness. Though I had not committed to her, I was nothing for her. As in, it's, see, even if I'm committed, if she's my fiance, I'm her husband, and if she's gifting me, I could have understood. I wouldn't have made this a part of my video. But I had not even committed her. It was just hardly a few meetings which we had, 3 or 4 meetings at most. She was a model, I was a rock guitarist. That's how we met. Both were from the glamour industry. In fact, majority of my girlfriends were from the glamour industry only, actresses, singers, models. So she was a model, super, very, like a very famous and good model. She's even now she has a huge presence online. She comes in these reels also, but I cannot, of course, name. But she directly tried to buy my love by that expensive gift, which is a bike, which I could not even test ride that because as I said, I just know the basics. I don't know how to ride a bike. She did not know even this much about me that I don't know how to ride a bike. Still, she gifted me. So that is how it happened. Of course, I returned the gift. I can never keep something because I could never fathom a future with her. So I politely declined the gift and I returned it to her. I could not take that gift, but even I wouldn't have taken it even had she been my wife, because as I said, I'm a car person. I'm not a bike person. A biker would have definitely gone mad because, as I said, I don't want to disclose the brand, but it was like not the regular bikes. It was like a super bike. So I had to return that because, as I said, I know the basics of riding a bike, but only the basic bikes, like say a Pulsar, normal Kawasaki, Ninja, normal bikes I can ride, but not the super bikes. And that was a super bike, so I could not even test ride that. So that just directly went. So this is one common point that they will try to buy your love, 100%, because I have personally seen it. Next point is she tolerates disrespect. She tolerates bad words, anything, just to stay close to you. She just wants you, however you treat her, whatever names you call her, she will tolerate all the disrespect in the world. But she wants you. So if you see this with your girlfriend or your wife, for that matter, you are dealing with a female simp, because no lady can tolerate disrespect, but these ladies can. So they are a typical case of a female simp. Sure. Next point is she praises you excessively, even when you don't deserve it. In countless occasions I've seen in my one is to ones, even in my own case, there was this actress whom I was dating. Constantly she would say, you look like Salman Khan. I very well know that I don't look like Salman Khan. I don't, he's completely different than me. But I don't know why, since day one, she always used to insist, whenever we are seated in a restaurant, whenever we are driving, whatever I am doing, she would always say, hey, the way you're driving the car, the way you're keeping the hand, you're keeping your mobile in your ears, and you're keeping your hands on the steering, you're exactly looking like Salman Khan. Always she would say that you're looking like Salman Khan, your physique is like Salman Khan, your face cut is like Salman Khan. When I look at myself in the mirror, from no angle I look like Salman Khan. I'm aware of that. So that's what I meant by this point. She will constantly keep on flattering you. She will constantly keep on calling you things, even if you don't. She will constantly praise you, even if you don't deserve it. And this was just one example, but in others case also I saw one typically ugly looking guy, I would say, had taken one is to one with me. His was a typical case of a classic case of being with a female sim. He was ugly, but constantly that girl would constantly keep on praising him, even for things which he himself told me that I know that I am not what she is telling me. But she will constantly keep on telling me that. So that is one common case which I have seen of a female sim. They will hurl praises at you, even if you don't deserve it. Will keep on complimenting you, even if that is not true. My next point is she cancels her life to revolve around yours. So these female sims, they will never have a life of their own. They will cancel their commitments, they will cancel their appointments just to revolve it around you. The girl, the actress which I was talking about, she was a classic case of a female sim. She would cancel her shoots to be with me because one evening I had gone for a date with her. I would always make it clear, hey, you don't have any shoot not today evening when we are meeting. She would say no. So that time I met her. So that's why I met her. She was free. She told me that she's free. But the moment we reached that pub, constantly she was getting calls. Constantly. She was going out and speaking initially. And after that, she started, I told you, sit here and pick up the call. So I came to know that she had an important shoot which she had cancelled, which she did not show up. She did not even cancel. Had she cancelled, then nobody would have called her. But that shoot was going on and she just ditched them. She directly came to me. And I remember 20, 30 times I had ensured, I had told her that sure you don't have a shoot, right? Because I don't want you to, because I'm myself a professional. Work means everything to me. And I even I am from the glamour field. In this field works only on commitment, only on our words. I'm a musician. If I've committed somebody, I will perform, I will have to perform. I cannot backtrack. Same way, if you have committed for your shoot, you have to be there. But this girl directly came to meet me without even informing that I'm not coming. She directly just ignored them, and her manager were constantly calling that they are calling, you have to be here, the set is ready, they will incur, the producer will incur huge losses, I cannot take the abuse, the producer is abusing me, you have to be here. So when these things happened, and when I personally took the phone and I insisted on knowing what's happening, and when I came to know that's happening, I personally went and dropped her in the set, because I'm from this field. i'm from the I'm myself a businessman, I'm myself from the music field. I know how much things are at stake. For one shot also, so much money, and not just money, so many other artists are involved. We cannot take them for granted, but this lady completely, like, did not even think about them. She directly came just because she wanted to be with me. Classic simping, classic. Never ever be with them. They can ruin your life basically. This is not love. Don't get the picture that she loves you so much. This is not love, this is foolishness. This is absolutely not love. So talking of love, my final segment is completely based on that love thing only. The reverse trap. Men, they mistake their desperation for true love. That's what I said in my final point. That don't mistake it for love. That is not love, it is foolishness. But this is what this particular segment is all about. Stupid men, they mistake this desperation for true love, when in reality it is not love at all. That is just desperation. There are lots of psychology elements involved. I am a psychology expert, I know. But you, for the time being, you should completely understand that this is not love. There are lots of things, lots of deep things involved, which I will explain in my courses. But in this video, I'm telling you about that reverse trap, that you must not think it is love. So what happens is, you feel flattered at first, but soon you get trapped. And once you get trapped, just to fulfill her emotional needs, you completely feel lost, you completely lose your edge, because you're constantly feeding her needs, and her needs are unlimited. Her needs are not normal needs. Their needs are, I mean, that's like a never ending pit. How much ever you put, they can never have enough of you. So in the process, you completely lose touch with yourself, you lose your edge, because nobody can fulfill what they are looking for. Not even me. Nobody can fulfill. So this is like a proper classic trap which people fall for, thinking or mistaking it as love, where in reality it is not love. As I said, I'll explain you what this is in my courses, because some deep psychology work is involved, which I cannot say in a regular video. That will all come in my course. So to conclude my video, you will ask me, so what should we do? Always choose a high value woman. Only a woman who respects herself will respect you. You should always remember that. A lady who loses her self respect for you, that is not love. A person who cannot respect herself can never respect you. That is an underlying issue, which I said, which I will address in my course. But that's an issue, that's a mental condition, which I said I cannot disclose in this particular video, because lots of deep psychology is involved in that. One video would be very less. So it will require a series of videos in my course, which I will explain. I will definitely explain that. That's a part of my curriculum. But for the time being, you should always know that a girl who respects herself can only respect you. A girl who cannot respect herself can never give you that love or respect, because she doesn't love herself. She's trying to hide, she's trying to fill one huge void through you. So a person who cannot love herself, who cannot respect her own self, how can you expect her to love you? That's what I meant by saying that that's a trap which you fall for. Always remember, a high value woman grows with you. She challenges you and she holds her own. She never depends on anybody else. She will always hold her own. Whereas these girls, I already explained everything in detail. So always be with a girl who is whole by herself, who doesn't consider you as the oxygen of her life. A strong man needs a strong woman, not a servant. Clear? I'll be back with my next video tomorrow, same time. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Bharat Mata ki Jai.